Welcome to the Strong Life Coach Strong Minute Moment. Today we're picking up our series part 3 of the life lessons from Kobe Bryant. Today I will talk to you about laziness. Kobe Bryant was quoted saying, "I have nothing in common with lazy people who blame others for their lack of success." And when I bring laziness to you today, I want to contrast it with diligence. Diligence and laziness are on opposite sides of the spectrum. When it comes to your journey, I want you to consider what I'm going to call the input versus the output. So first I want to talk to you if you're somebody who reads or who reads motivational books or self-help type books. I want to speak to you. Now, what if you could not pick up another book, another self-help book, motivational book, until you have implemented the action needed from the last book? Or you can't go on to the next chapter until you've actually changed, implemented, put into practice something from the prior chapter. Let me speak to you, you who come from a background of spirituality, from a faith-based background. So what if you could not you could not read another chapter of the Bible until you put into practice the last chapter you read? Because sometimes we get so caught up into a routine that what I've noticed is this: we could watch another YouTube video that's motivational. We could watch another social media self-help centered video, yet never make the second step. So what can happen is our input can be disproportionately large and our output would be minimal. And when I think about laziness, it's a fascinating component with laziness, because you can be lazy by simply not putting in the work. And even as you think about, again, let me go back to the faith community real quick. What if you could not attend another church service until you brought somebody who was not part of your faith to come with you? Now, again, there's nothing wrong with church services, nothing wrong with going week after week. But one thing I've learned about church services is sometimes they have a campaign, or they have a message about, reaching out to people who are not like you, or being a fisherman of other people and making an impact with their evangelism. But what if you couldn't go back to church until you brought somebody with you, until you actually implemented the lesson of helping other people? Or you think about the principle of generosity. So let's say you were, reading Proverbs chapter 11. A generous person prospers. He who refreshes others will himself be refreshed. So you read about generosity. Now, you could go to chapter 12, or you could wait, actually implement generosity in your life. Look at your shoes, look at your clothes, look at your money, look at your food. What can you give away to live out the generous principle? Because the whole point of wisdom and knowledge is the application component, because we can memorize content for days about prayer, for example, but it's the implementation and the application that matters. What I say when it comes to coaching and speaking is the magic of growth happens where the action of growth happens. So as you think about your journey, I don't think any one of us want to be lazy. I think we all want to make a difference. I think we all want to be significant. Yet significance happens when we transition from someday I'm going to go make a difference. Someday I'm going to do this, to a today. And then once you get it down to a today, I'm making a difference, I'm making an impact, I am going to live a life of significance, to an everyday. You see that? You go from a someday to a today to a everyday. And when you get into that everyday, that's what I'm talking about with moving on the scale from laziness into diligence. Thank you for joining me today with Strong Life Coach, Strong Minute Moments. And I look forward to speaking to you tomorrow.